Hey everyone, in this video I'll be doing a breakdown of the One Piece animation. You'll get to see me break down scenes where they do some cool action fight moves, impact frames. So it's just a nice way to see an animator breaking down scenes and showing you how the animators behind Toei Animation went ahead and did what they did. So hope you enjoy. So just before the fight starts, we obviously have like the anticipation. So we've got a view from the ground and obviously like this is Aokiji's ability, the ice. So this is just a build up to what the fight's going to happen, what's going to happen in the fight. So let's go forward a little bit. Okay, it's a nice little hero shot we have here of Aokiji. You know, all a nice build up, lots of effects. But these are all fine. I just want to get to the juicy bit of when they start fighting. Okay, so big anticipation. He steps, and even this is nice. Like, it's not just a normal step. Like, Aokiji doesn't just step there and it's one pose. It's he steps there on top of his own ice ability over here. And on top of that, as soon as he makes contact, there's all this steam coming out. And guess what? More ice on top of ice. It's just his abilities leaking and reeking out. And it's just a nice touch. And not only that, but when he stamps on the ground, this ice just comes out of nowhere. And then if you look forward, there's going to be a burst of power on top of that ice. So now, see that? The ice just like creates this kind of crater kind of shape. And then on top of that, he slides his foot on top of the ice while he's twisting it. It's all these nice little details. And even here, he's going for just like kung fu kind of, he's preparing to get ready to fight or do his special move or whatever. And as that's happening, because we saw the build up, right, just before the fight happens, we can see the ice in his hands or from his body coming out, and that's starting to leak out, and it's just an indication to, the fight is about to happen. So second shot, obviously, we have the other hand almost fully in ice and very cool, like dynamic camera pulling back out. Usually when this happens is the camera pulls back out to reveal the character, and then it's just the character goes straight towards the camera. Okay. Oh, nice. Very cool. So Garp is obviously getting really angry, he's getting ready, and the colors are really nice, the shading and lighting. And obviously, like, if you're a One Piece fan and you like One Piece, you know what this is. This is Haki. So let's do this. Get a better color. There we go. That's a bit better. This one here. Cool. So his Haki's leaking out, and obviously these nice effects the guys at Toei have done, just showing, you know, it's just basically kind of like the effects that are done for this ability where you're just one of those top tier guys that have this ability where you can take out almost anyone. However, we have an impact frame there as well. So you can see just before it goes into the impact frame, the lines become quite blurred and quite abstract-ish. And then we go into an impact frame, which if you watch one of my other videos with the arcane, I talk about this a little bit. It's basically when it's either when you get hit, when you get cut, punched, explosions, something very dynamic is happening. Usually, I guess the key word is explosive. No matter what's happening, it's very explosive and dynamic and full of energy. And obviously, you can see the buildup of energy around these hands, which goes into this um, impact frame here. And the impact frame, the way you create this dynamic energy explosive feeling is you have a monochrome of colors. So if the background is white, the object itself is black, and then you flip between the two, and then you create variations, which creates this like flashing image. And yeah, when you pump out, when you punch out of an impact frame, you go straight into a punch, or on the punch you hit an impact frame. It just makes the motion of what you're doing so really dynamic, if I have to be honest, and very cool as well. So here we have another impact frame. So we zoom out of the hands, and as we're zooming out of the hands, first we see the hands explode. We zoom out, and there's a double impact frame. So for this one, they've gone for the white background and the black shade of the body. And then we snap back into this, the opposite, monochrome. And yeah, it's just like really awesome. Oh, what's even nice as well is they've added a bit of that red Haki of so the light is, you can also see this as like the light is shining from the back, and then over here the light is shining from the left slightly. That's why we have this area. Let me change the color over here. And then you can see the light is bursting from down here. So it's just a mixture of like doing a variety of different explosive colors or light directions. And then we snap back into the animation. What I like about animation as well is they usually like keep everything on twos. Well, not usually. It's sometimes it's on threes, sometimes it's on twos. But sometimes what they'll do is rather than having everything move on twos, they'll animate this guy on frame one, and then on frame two, they'll keep him still and have the his robe or like his cape or whatever you want to call it, that move. So they'll offset it so everything is not moving on the same frame. So for example, here, Garb is basically one pose. He's just basically holding a pose. But you can get away with this in anime. That's the thing. It works so well. So the animation is basically done. He's a still pose, and the animation is usually done for the Haki and the what do you call it? The costume of the Admiral. So we keep going forward, and then we have a close up. Okay, this is like an over the shoulder behind, walking towards Aokiji. I mean, like the design is very, very nice. You know, when you get these kind of scenes, guys, where, you know, Toei have actually like broken the bank and paid, you know, the animators and the artists. These specific scenes come once in a while, and they've really put their effort into it, because even the design of Aokiji and the animation is just very it's really cool. It's top tier. So cool. So we're going to this part where again, explosion. We have lots of wind, gust, energy. We have a light burst, and then I think it's over one frame. It doesn't even like, we don't even see the ice grow. It's just over one frame. We have a flash. What's happening? We fade out of the flash. It's kind of a, like, not a cheap trick, but a very you know, cinema trick that's used. It's like hand swipes, person disappears, that kind of thing. But this time they're just using the flash, and very, very cool. You know, again, it's created this massive crater-like thing. Just the energy coming out of Aokiji has created this kind of environment with the ice. Again, it's just such a big build-up. Okay, Garp is going to attack. He gets caught. Okay, here we go. So starting the shot like this is really interesting because immediately we're seeing the ice. Shot cuts. We're assuming ice. What's happening? Camera comes out to reveal. That's a very dynamic way of revealing your character. So it's specifically done in that way as well, to make sure when the character is revealed, it's, oh, that's Aokiji doing this. Okay. Here's a nice little pullback. It's a bit like a Hadouken from like Street Fighter. If you're into Street Fighter, Ryu or Ken would be doing something like this. Of course, he throws the ball of ice. He goes to go up. He catches him. So you can see this is happening in like one, two, three. It's been animated on ones. So it's happening so quickly that one, two, three, four. We'll go into this ice. He holds that position. And even in the animation, it's you can see he's still like surging the force of ice that's going through his body. He's still kind of like fighting it. That's why there's a bit of backwards and forwards motion happening there, which is a nice touch. Even though if I was to play this in real time, you won't be able to read it, but it's a nice little touch of animation. And again, the burst of energy that's going there, going there, going there, it's got to have an apex. What do? They add an impact frame. He's a ball of ice. There we go. That's like once you break it down, you see these things. I'm not going to look at the impact frames of that because if we look at every single impact frame, it will be forever. So we keep moving forward. Yeah, this is nice. This is very, very cool. So what I like about this is he's holding the he's holding this block of ice. And even though he's holding it and his fingers are sliding across it, that tells us that he's trying to get a really firm grip on the ice cube. But while he's doing that, it's sliding across. And these poses that they have really show the force of like, the fingers pushing onto the ice. And they've even gone a step further and like put this layer of fat or meat or whatever you want to call it, just to accentuate that. And this part here is super cool. He's pushing so much that his fingers dig into the ice and actually break parts of the ice. Yeah, that's really nice. Very, very nice detail. And even when he pulls the ice, you have like little pieces coming out there, which is nice. Yeah, does that. Okay, this is like an awesome moment. So Garp is going to explode out of this ice cube, and it just happens like what they've done is they've used another layer of like blurry lines to insinuate that it's cracking. And over just one frame, they just disappeared off, and it goes straight into yeah, like reveal explosion. And you can see what they're doing as well. It's like these are done on different layers, and they go back and forward away from Garp just while he's holding this pose. It's a very dynamic moment to say it's like slow motion, but while still showing you some level of motion there. Because the main thing is to like hold this guy here and show the impact and explosiveness of everything flying away.